So we start in the third quarter here as the undermanned Celtics with no Jason Tatum and Al Horford take on the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell sits down with the fans there for a bit, needs to sit and observe things, and the Celtics had another double-digit lead. This was another double-digit lead for them, and Donovan Mitchell turns it over here and yeah, Malcolm Brogdon pulls up. He was back tonight at least, so that was a huge boost off the bench. And it felt like the Celtics were gonna cruise to victory, but the Cavs had other plans. Darius Garland, I feel like he always turns up in the clutch, hits the very tough three-pointer after a rough relocation. And they just cruise and take the lead here with Donovan Mitchell. Incredible spin move from Donovan, and they took the lead just like nothing. All of a sudden, the Celtics just couldn't do what they were doing the whole game. But Jaylen Brown gets double teamed. Derek White gets the wide open three-pointer bounce. Shooters shoot, baby. They fouled Donovan Mitchell on the other hand though, and he goes to the free throw line, has to knock down both, knocks down the first one, and this will be a lot about free throws, so I have at least more time to talk as, well, the Celtics have blown a lot of double-digit leads lately, and it has been 3 in a row now where they have double-digit leads and they have blown them. But here we concentrate on the last second, and Grant Williams gets fouled on the rebound with 0.8 seconds to go. The refs do call the foul there, and he goes to the free throw line with, two chances to end this game. Break. And yeah, he was talking, I'm gonna make both to Donovan Mitchell, and they rattled him perfectly. They stalled out the second free throw for like 40 seconds. He missed, and we were headed to overtime. And I felt like the Celtics were just gonna get blown out there, because that has to be mentally just too much. And they really just did a lot on him. Lamar Stevens, the hero for Cleveland here in that fourth quarter and overtime, gets the very tough layup there. He had 6 offensive rebounds in that fourth quarter and overtime, and he was flying all around with energy that the Cavs needed. Donovan Mitchell misses, but Evan Mobley taps it back to Darius Garland, and they foul him with 9 seconds to go even. So he ran out the clock very well, and he made both free throws. Game over. And huge shoutouts to Evan Mobley. That tip-in was sensational. He was spectacular all night long. 25, 17, and 3 blocks. 5 fouls, but man, they ran Jared Allen off the court with the lineups they were running, the Celtics that is. The small ball just was too much against Jared Allen, and whether it was Mike Muscala or Luke Cornett, it didn't really matter. Mike Muscala could shoot, right? So against Mike Muscala, it's not the best matchup for Jared Allen, and Luke Cornett is a good matchup, but still, the Celtics were just, doing really good against him. But Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland didn't shoot the ball well at all, but they it felt like they forced themselves into solid games, right? Darius Garland, I feel like always has a really great impact despite shooting badly. That's because of, how well he operates in the pick and rolls, how well he can pass the basketball, of course. And I feel like he's a clutch player. I'm not sure if the stats back it up, but from my eye test and from what I've watched from Darius Garland, he just feels like a player that's gonna step up in the moment, right? So, and Donovan Mitchell kind of is the same. 40 points for him, 11 rebounds, 14 of 34 from the field. I mean, he was creating some really solid looks. Some of the misses were obviously on this Celtics defense that is not as good as it was last year, and of course was without Tatum, Robert Williams, and Al Horford, but still created a lot of great looks, in my opinion. And shout out Lamar Stevens, like I said, he had 8 rebounds, 6 of them were offensive, 8 points, plus 18, and that was pretty much all throughout the fourth quarter and overtime. And what I felt like was, obviously one of the bigger differences was the free throw discrepancy, as the Celtics, made 6 less free throws on 5 less tries. Of course, that Grant Williams moment was really rough, especially since he was shooting really well overall and having a really solid night with 4 3-pointers. With 4 3-pointers, and Marcus Smart continues to have really bad offensive nights. Derek White also wasn't great, even though he made that clutch shot. So let me not, just put it on Grant Williams, because nobody really shot the ball well for the Celtics. And whether it was due to them being a little sped up by the Cavs defense, or it was just, I don't know, it kind of feels like they go into too much ISO ball when they are up, but at the same time, I feel like they do a lot of good things and they run a lot of good plays even when they get up by double digits, and they seem to care, but it also feels a little careless at times. I don't know how to describe it, man, but from watching them, it just feels like they do get into isolation basketball too much when they are up by those double digits and when it feels like they are comfortably gonna win. And it leads to them just kind of getting stale offensively. People get colder, and you hit less three pointers, of course, when you don't have the rhythm that you had when you were just rolling. And then once that happens, right, and the other teams gains the momentum, it just snowballs against them. And they definitely turned the ball over way too much in that second half and overtime. I think they had, I'm pretty sure they had at least 8 of those turnovers in that second half and overtime, because it just felt like they were turning the ball over way too much there. Third straight loss for them, a little, injury concerns, not overall, but they have had some rough injuries with, Robert Williams missing time. Tatum has missed some time, right? Jalen Brown is missing some time from time. And it feels like their rhythm is a little off. Marcus Smart has been really bad since returning from injury, which is just rough. And his impact has not been felt as it usually is, in my opinion. So it's not time to panic or anything, but it's interesting, right? And they are losing ground on Milwaukee. Could Philadelphia catch them at the second seed, and could they be the third seed after being the number one seed for so long throughout the season and looking like the best team? It would be really rough for their mental, in my opinion. So we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts about the Celtics.